What is up, guys? We're back with another video, and today's video is a little bit different. Over the past weekend, I went ahead and upgraded my main PC, which you can see right over here. And for the past 2.5 years, I was using as my main PC our Ultimate RGB rig, which we did a video on, and I'll go ahead and link that below. But that PC has been awesome for me. I really haven't had to do much of any upgrading. I did upgrade the graphics card from a 1080 Ti to a 2080 Super this past year, but besides that, the computer has been pretty much solid for me. But just like a lot of our computers, I neglected it. I kind of just let it sit there and look pretty. And I never replaced missing PCI slot covers. One of the fans actually died and it's just been sitting in there doing nothing. And the case, it was that awesome Inwin 805 Infinity, and that case looked amazing. But because of the infinity window in the front, the cooling was pretty horrible. And over the past 1.5 years, I've really got into gaming and streaming, and having a crazy hot system is, of course, not ideal whatsoever. So over the past weekend, I went ahead and, of course, we swapped out the case. We've done some other upgrades, added more fans and everything like that. So I'm gonna take you along and show you everything that I did. So I've gone ahead and shut my computer off, and of course, I moved it from the desk to this little desk, and now it's time to pull all of the hardware. I'm also going to clean things out. Like, we're of course going to use the power supply and graphics card and motherboard and things like that. So I am going to clean everything as well. It's always fun taking apart a computer you've used for a while. Like, you can see our cable mess back here, which is going to be kind of fun to pull all apart. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on all of this, and we'll see you guys here in just a little bit. Here is all of the hardware that's going to be going inside this case. So I've gone with the Corsair 680X. I like the form factor, I like the tempered glass side panels, and it allows you to really show off your build, and of course you'll see that at the end of this video. Now, as far as upgrades to our actual system, we are keeping our CPU. I did do the upgrade of the GPU a few months ago, so we're going to have the 280 Super in there. We've upgraded our NVMe drive. So before, I think I had maybe 1.5 terabytes of NVMe storage. Now we have, I think, 4 terabytes or 5 terabytes now. So we have the Patriot VPR 100. That is the RGB drive. So I'm pretty excited to have that in there. And then we have one drive here, and then the motherboard came with a riser that I never used. So we put another drive in there. So a lot of storage. I wanted to go all NVMe, but I still have the SATA drive just for some backup. We're keeping the RM1000X power supply, but we have the Pro PSU cable kit. So I've never done sleeve cables before, surprisingly. So we're gonna have sleeve cables with this. We are upgrading the memory as well. So we had the G.Skill Trident Z RGB, removing to Corsair Dominator Platinum RGB, and going from 32 gigabytes to 64. So 8 DIMMs in here is gonna look awesome. And then for fans, we're replacing the fans in the case with the Corsair QL120 RGBs. We have this kit plus another 3 that I used for a review. So we'll have a total of 6 of those fans in here, plus of course the fans on the new AIO. So this is the Corsair H115i RGB Platinum. That's going to be our AIO for this. And then to kind of round everything out, we have Corsair's Commander Pro, which will allow us to control all of our fans and RGB. Oh, and we have the riser. So this case allows you to install a vertical graphics card. So we got the riser. I think I'm going to do it that way, but I'm not 100% sure. It depends on how it looks. So we'll see how all that goes. But let's just get into putting everything together. So here is the opposite side of the case, and this is one of the reasons I picked the 680X, is that I can hide all of this cable mess. Now, I am gonna tie some of it down, but it's not gonna look perfect. And of course, we wanna show off an awesome, good looking system. So it's great that I can just go ahead and close this panel off and nobody's gonna see any of it. You can see where we installed our two 3.5-inch SSDs. I also installed the NZXT internal USB hub. I highly recommend this. This gives you, I think, 3 extra internal USB 2.0 headers and then 2 USB 2.0 Type A ports. So you can see we have our wireless dongle there for our wireless headphones. And then I, of course, have the Commander Pro there. This is just going to be so great because I can control the speeds of all my fans through Corsair iQ, so I'm really excited about that. But I'm going to go ahead and close this side up and show you guys the other side. And here is the main side of our system. As you can see, nice and clean. Again, we don't see any of those cables. I think the Pro cables from Corsair turned out really good too. They kind of go with the build with the white and the black there. We did keep the vertical GPU installation. I think it looks good. And I like that it covers all of the cable mess. Hope you guys can see down there, but there are some cables, you know, connecting to the bottom of our motherboard down there. So it cleans kind of all of that up where you can't see it, which is really nice. And then one thing I did differently is with the riser cable, which you can see here, I connected it to the third PCI Express slot, which is still an X16 slot, just so it was kind of covered and it wasn't kind of going over everything. And then in the top slot, we installed that M.2 riser, so we kind of have all that sitting there. Let me know what you kind of think of that. I think it looks really good though. Like I said, very clean, not a whole lot of cable mess. And I'm excited to kind of just put everything else back on and get it all, you know, over there. The last thing that we're gonna have to do, of course, is move our case over here. We're gonna clean the panels off once we get it placed, because again, we're gonna pick it up and we're gonna get fingerprints on the panel. So you wanna make sure you clean it. You know, once you have it placed, connect all of our cables and we should be booting up and ready to go. Now it's the moment of truth here. Obviously the scariest part, because we wanna make sure this thing boots correctly. Go ahead and hit the power button here and let's see what happens. It looks like all of our fans have turned on. Oh yeah, look how awesome that Dominator Platinum looks. Let's see if we get a good boot here. Go ahead and give it a second. Hopefully this is not a fail. We shall see. Oh, there we go, good boot. And we are good to go. I'll go ahead and show you guys some B-roll of, you know, what it really turned out looking like. So that is it. That is my new PC build, and I absolutely love how it turned out. I just can just see myself staring at the PC over there on the desk. I mean, it just looks awesome. And one thing I really like is that I've kind of cut down my software as far as RGB lighting. Before, I was using NZXT Cam, I was using my motherboard RGB software, I was using the G-Skill software for the memory. Now I just use IQ from Corsair. It works amazingly, and I really like that I can control everything pretty much just through that. I still use my motherboard software for the RGBs on there, but besides that, I think it just looks awesome. The Corsair Dominator Platinum RGB looks awesome. It just looks so great in this case. I'm just so happy the way it turned out. And my vertical graphics card, you know, I wasn't sure how that was gonna look or anything like that, but I really like how that turned out. I love having so much more storage in my system, you know, and then pretty much using almost all NVMe drives, which is really great as well. A lot more speed, Windows is gonna load faster, my games are gonna load faster, everything like that. I'm just happy with all the upgrades that I did. And of course, I'm happy that I cleaned everything. As I said, we let our PCs kind of just sit there, and you know, cleaning everything up and keeping it nice and tidy, of course, is really important. And what's great about the 680X is I can easily remove the top and the front panels, so I can clean things out. We have all of the filters on this as well, so I can easily take those out. You know, and I can take the cooling panels off. So there's a cooling panel on the front and a cooling panel on the top. I can easily, with 2 thumb screws, take those out and clean out the filters. So hopefully this time I will, you know, keep this system nice. I won't have to upgrade as much either. But if you have any questions about our build or what we did or anything like that, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. And definitely let me know if you like videos like this. I know we do a whole lot of reviews, but I love doing build videos and things like that. So let me know if you like this video as well. And guys, if you do enjoy our tech content, we would appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up on this video and go ahead and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video.